Hello, Earth. There's so much going on. I can't even get it straight. I even recorded something and it wasn't recording. I'm such a dork. Okay, because there's just so much. Part 3, guys, part 3. So there was voir dire Tuesday. Is that yesterday? Yes, it is. My life is so long. Okay. So voir dire is when they interview witnesses or experts on the stand in front of the judge, but not in front of the jury, to make sure they're credible, to make sure they're accurate, to make sure they're relevant. And it happens in every trial, and it's interesting because stuff will come out that the jury won't see. There was a lot of voir dire in the OJ case, you might remember, which is why America knew so much more than the juries or the jurors. At any rate, and why it took 9 months. That's such a long. And Karen Reed is trying to match that time of 9 months. So this expert is in dog bites, which I'm sure that's not easy to find. She's well-spoken. She's a doctor. She's worked in the medical office or the medical examiner's office. She has excellent credentials. She absolutely would make a fantastic witness, which is why I'm terrified that Judge Bev is going to boot her. Because Judge Bev doesn't like that she made herself known during the trial. Because Natty and Jackson are from LA, and she works in LA. They have a mutual friend. He said, do you know of this case? You should reach out. And they got connected, and now she's there. And she would be a wonderful witness. And I am very, very scared that she won't testify. I will be very happy if she does. So, and one of the things that has been brought to my attention is the reason why a lot of the questioning is cagey with all the cops and stuff is because there's a fucking federal investigation against everybody who investigated this case because it's that fucking shady. Both lawyers on both sides said, hey, judge, maybe we should extend this and not have this trial right now until the federal investigation's over. And she's like, no, I got stuff to do. We're having it now. And then we're going to take half of Tuesdays and half of Thursdays and all of Fridays off. And then I'm going to get mad because it's taking too long. Lolly is lollygagging. Don't get me wrong. But also, how many breaks does a fucking case need? Like, there was 1 week where there was 1 day. Give everybody the whole week off. Let them go on vacation, for fuck's sake. It makes no sense to me. And then she gets mad that they're not going fast enough. Though, Lolly asks all too many questions. And as I've said, my theory is that he's trying to bore the jury into stupidity or confuse them, which might be why we haven't seen a medical examiner yet. And that is the most suspicious part. I need to know why John lost half of his blood and why the bones in his face are broken. And the guy they let testify on Monday is a accident reconstruction guy. And he poised that he was hit and it spun him around, and that's why the back of his head was hit, which I'm assuming was the major injury that killed him, but it doesn't explain why his face was broken. There's no way that car hit his face. Math ain't mathin'. It's all so shady. So that was that. And then, but there's a really, really cool guy. I really hope he comes back. He redesigned all of the NHL hockey rinks to make them safer. And so his job is to take crash test dummies and throw them at the walls of the hockey rink and make them safer, because I guess there was a player who had a very, very bad spinal injury, and he achieved just that. Flat glass or plexiglass, I guess, is a lot more dangerous than curved glass. You're less likely to break your spine or something. He made hockey rinks safer for everybody, which I love because my kid just got into hockey. So, and he's also like easy on the eyes and sweet, and so he'll be a wonderful witness, and I'm sure they'll let him testify. Or actually, who the fuck knows with this goddamn judge? So, quick side note, there is a YouTube channel called Auntie Bev, and I'm assuming a local comedian to Boston doing TikToks about this case, and He is a fucking riot. He's playing all the characters, and so he does Judge Bev in a very like, I'll allow it, and joking about how much they love to drink and White Claw. But my favorite thing is you know how instead of having the stenographer type everything, there's a woman recording it into like this circular microphone. I assume she's verbally giving all of the testimony into the tickety. It's a weird visual. So his way of portraying that aspect of the trial is he got a gas mask, like an oxygen mask from a hospital, and he's sitting there in addition to the judge. It's hysterical. Drop everything. Please go check him out. Give him lots of likes because he deserves a lot more attention. They're really, really good. At any rate, so there's that. That's the other side. So there's Karen Reed. And enough of that, because holy shit, Nick Rekieta, are you ever going to get real? What's it going to take for you to get real, man? Like, because the more phony you are, the less anybody respects you. So this moment was caught on tape. Null, Josh Moon, the guy who runs Kiwi Farms, he got more discovery. He got the next round of information about this case, which is that they have taken hair follicles from the entire family and tested them for drugs. Well, we know who's going to test positive, mom and dad. And it said all but one child tested negative. And that makes your heart sink. And my initial thought was, well, I bet it's the teenager. And best case scenario, which is still fucking awful, is that the teenager found the stash and has been getting high on dad's supply. And much worse scenario is that he's been getting high with dad. And so one thing that kind of bothered me is Aaron reads this on air and his first instinct is like, it's probably something stupid, like they did the gum thing, like when they will rub it on their gums and then they kiss them on the head. And then I guess he heard himself and how ridiculous that is. And he goes from maybe it's innocuous to fuck you, you pieces of shit, you should burn in hell. Like he gets real mad real fast and screams for a minute. And all the comments are like, oh, look at the fake outrage. And I'm like, no, I think that's pretty authentic. I think we watched a lot happen in this man's head in real time, because anger is also fear, and always, they're usually started by the other. And I think what happened is while he's saying, oh, she probably kissed him on the head, and that's why there was cocaine on the hair follicle, it clicked on him, or they spilled some and a child ate some or something like that, and my kid could be that kid. And then he loses his shit. And it's a nice little rant. It's definitely angry. If you don't want to see someone go ballistic, then don't watch it. But I didn't think it was fake outrage. I thought it was sadly extremely authentic. It makes me sad how no, that was absolutely real, and I believe he agrees with everything he said, and he's not full of shit. That's exactly how he feels, because he realized that his kids were exposed, and that was really fucked up. But at least he did the right thing, and he took himself out of the picture, and I'm sorry his ex-wife didn't, and I don't know what she could possibly be thinking staying in the picture. But so how did the 9-year-old get high? And so then someone in his chat says the numbers that are reported are enough use of someone who uses casually, daily, or on weekends, which infers that it's more than once. So, it's all speculation. Just as I speculated, he got pulled over with kids in the car, and I was wrong about that, I'm going to assume I'm wrong about this. Best case scenario, they were exposed to it somewhere in the house, thought it was sugar maybe. I can't even begin to think, because the idea of maybe they walked in on daddy doing a line and him going, want to try? God, I hope that's not what happened. I mean, holy shit. You know, Drew Barrymore talks about like drinking champagne at parties at like 7 or 8 years old. People get high with their kids. A 9-year-old. They're 9, Nick. And so what does Nick do on his live stream? Instead of like, you know, maybe going, this is really bad, and maybe I've got to look in myself and get real for a minute with my fans, the few people who are still here with me, maybe I should get honest. He just goes, well, that was released and I'm going to talk to my lawyer, and plus it's bullshit. Sean from Uncivil Law. No, wait, am I conflating him with Kurt? Kurt is Uncivil Law. Sean is something else law. Suspicious law, potential criminal. I can't remember. Too many lawyers. I'm dyslexic. Please forgive me. But Sean is correct with the fucking cope, man. Like, he's not co-signing on his bullshit. And he's like, Rekieta's full of shit. He's just full of shit. He's like, don't. Rekieta says, don't believe the paperwork. He's like, if there's anything I can believe, it's that report. So that's the new tea. It's not getting better, guys. They're just the kids, the fucking kids. I'm just so upset. And then I happened to catch part of Down the Rabbit Hole News live stream, and I love her, and I've been catching her more and more lately. And it looked like Ethan Ralph, or someone pretending to be him, got in the chat and started defending Nick and saying, oh, this is all libel and it's all lies, which is what Ethan Ralph would say, because Ethan Ralph is the one that said, well, maybe the cocaine was the kids and not Nick's, because why would you even say something so fucking retarded? Like, they always say retarded. I don't like saying retarded. I'm sorry I said that. I apologize. And instead of pretending like I'm perfect and not posting that, I'm actually still going to post this and say, I fucked up. I shouldn't have used the word retarded, even though Nick is acting retarded. He's acting, that's an insult to retarded people, frankly. That really is. He's acting like a selfish prick. He's acting like a really, really bad drug addict who thinks he can do no wrong. And his ego is not going to save him from this. And Nick, when you start getting real, life is going to get easier. Your court shit's going to be easier. You're going to save money. You're going to have fans again. You can have a comeback. You can redeem yourself from this. Bullshitting is not working. Have you figured that out yet? You don't have the super chats you used to. Honesty is going to go so fucking far, dude. Please try it. Please don't die. Please don't die. That's my other thing. Okay. I hope you don't die as well. Thank you so much for checking out what I have to say, and I hope you're having a lovely day, and it would make my day.